Hello, everyone. This is Junior here, and welcome back to my sweet stalker. It's been a long time since I played this game, and if my audio glitches, it's because this is an old tablet I'm playing it on. Hello. Um, but yeah. Anyways, let us get back into this game, shall we? I just watched my video on the last time I played this, and yeah, some interesting stuff happening. Anyways, let's get into it. I said, let's get into it. What happened? Is Shiki okay? She's fine. Is this about the stalker you mentioned? Yeah, I think so. That's crazy. Don't worry, I'm planning to hire a private detective to look into it. Detective JR. Just kidding. I was gonna hire myself. Wow, well, good luck. You're welcome to stay here as long as you need. Thanks. For all our sakes, I hope Tatsumi can get the job done. Things are finally looking up. Don't ask why I'm doing this with my head. I have some free time before my next class, and I've taken some important steps. Finishing setting up my new phone and send texts to Mei, Yuta, and Shiki to let them know. Shiki is the first to respond. I'm glad you got a new phone. I spoke to Tatsumi last night. She wants to meet you. How soon can you get here? Great! We send a few texts back and forth to set up a meeting at the local cafe in 30 minutes. Anyway, I sit down at an unoccupied table in the cafe and order coffee. I'm early, so she shouldn't be here yet. I sip my coffee as I wait. At last, the door opens, and an attractive young woman walks in. It's difficult to take my eyes off of her. Hey, we meet the third character, I think, because it was Shiki, Mei, and her, I think, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I haven't played this game in almost a year because I think August 19th. August is next month, if I recall. Anyway, uh, it's difficult to take my eyes off of her. She heads straight to my table, and I feel myself getting nervous. Junior, I'm Tatsumi. Ka-chow. Okay. Ka-chow. Whoa, she's really good looking. Guess I shouldn't be surprised since she's related to Shiki. Her expression doesn't look too friendly, though. What should I say? Oh, I gotta be careful here. It's good to meet you. I knew Shiki had an older sister, but I didn't know you were so beautiful. Oh my god, why would you say that right then and there? Anyways, has me scowls. Oh god. Flattery will get you nowhere. I wouldn't say things like this in a meeting with somebody. Just saying, I don't speak nothing like this. I came here to do a job. Man, her walls are even thicker than Shiki's. Mm-hmm. Shiki told me about you. Shiki talks about me? That girl hardly speaks to me. I'm kind of flattered. Hang on, I want to see something. How do I end this after? Oops, I accidentally pressed on that. Do I end it by going here, swiping down? Yeah, alright. I swiped down to end a video. It's been a while since I did that. Anyways, I hope it was only the good parts. Strangely enough, yes, I can't say I understand why. Man, this chick is really starting to get on my nerves. What is her problem? We just met, but she already seems to dislike me. Shiki was so sure she'd help me too. What's up with that? Tatsumi pulls out the chair across from me and sits down. Her posture is professional. She seems confident. At least she's got that going for her. She seems to take her work seriously, so she's probably a good detective. I just wish she had a better attitude. Shiki only told me a few details about your case. You're being stalked, correct? That's right. At least, I think so. Tatsumi orders a coffee and gets out a small notepad. Tell me what happened. I hesitate. Should I tell her about the social media account that brought me into contact with Kimiko? No, I don't know her well enough to reveal that. Even Shiki doesn't know about it. Any time now. The edge of sarcasm in her voice makes me blush. Sorry. I begin my story, changing the details slightly to make it seem like Kimiko started by texting me. I blocked her and thought that would be enough, but then everything else I tell exactly as it happened. I explain the message about us being destined to be together, then the fire and the address sent to me the next day. I described my sense of being watched and what happened to Shiki. And Shiki got a message telling her to stay away from me, so I'm sure the two things are connected. Tatsumi watches me through it all, sipping her coffee and occasionally making notes. Her eyes are captivating. They burn with fierce desire to find the truth. Anyway, you've gotten yourself into quite a mess. She shakes her head with a contemptuous snort. Ugh, every time I start to like her, she does something to irritate me again. All right, I'll take that case. Really? Thank you. I seriously thought she wouldn't. I hesitate. What is your rate? I brace myself for her response, but to my surprise, she looks at me with a smile. Since you're a friend of Shiki's, I suppose I'll waive my usual fee. What? I didn't expect that kind of generosity. You don't have to do that. Don't get any funny ideas. I'm not doing this for you. My sister is mixed up in this, so I have a personal stake in it. I guess that's true. Of course, that makes sense. I want Shiki to be safe too. Thank you. For the first time, I see a hint of respect on her face. Anyway, our first task should be to analyze the stalker. Analyze? Yes, analyze. If we correctly determine her mindset, we'll be able to anticipate her moves and track her down. Is that really possible? She lets out an exasperated sigh. Excuse me, you've never heard of psychological profiling before? That's my specialty. I profile criminals to predict their actions. Oh, I see. I've heard of that sort of thing, but I don't know that much about it. I don't know much about it. Same thing. I don't really understand how it works. What should I do? I don't want to let it go, though, but I have no choice. I have to do a frozen. Despite my curiosity, I don't question her. All I want to do is stop Kimiko. If Tatsumi thinks profiling will help, that's all I need to know. Okay, so you've done this in your past cases. If I recall correctly, because I've only watched episode 2 to see where I left off in the last episode, or last episode of Direction anyways, I think I said I was going for either Kimiko or Mei. I don't know. I'll have to rewatch that again. Anyways, we'll see. Obviously. And you have an idea of how to proceed from here. Correct. Must you waste my time on foolish questions? She sounds completely certain. There's something attractive about this much confidence. My heart skips a beat. Okay, so what do you think about Kimiko so far? She exhibits common traits of a stalker. Her actions stern from thinking she's in love with you. Her next comment is muttered under her breath, just loud enough for me to hear. That's proof enough that she's delusional. Ouch. Her love leaves her furious that you don't return her messages, her feelings. She'll undoubtedly conclude it's because there's someone else you're interested in. There couldn't possibly be any other reason in Kimiko's eyes, huh? Therefore, she'll seek to remove any threats to our efforts, like a yandere. That's why she followed Shiki. As much as it pains me to admit, Kimiko sees you and my sister as a potential match. Any female friends of yours are potential targets. She'll see them as competition. Your male friends should not be in danger. Okay, so I definitely need to warn May, but Yuta should be fine for now. Finally, I do not believe she is at the point where she will try to do harm to you. What? She set my apartment on fire. At least try to think before you speak. What? After the fire, she immediately sent you an address at which you could stay. Her actions were radical and dangerous. There's no denying that, but she doesn't want to kill you. That makes a twisted kind of sense. Although doing something so extreme, still, you're not completely safe. If she doesn't get what she wants, she may resort to increasingly dangerous methods. Ay, 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 my butterfingers today. Obviously, that's our goal. So I guess the first thing I should do is warn my friend May. Yes, May, Shiki, and any other female friends you have. Warn them immediately. I half expect a crack about how she doubts I know many girls. But her tone is suddenly so... yeah, okay, hang on. I think that's what this does. Hang on. Anyway, she looks down on her notes and taps her pencil against the notepad. All traces of humor are gone. The facts we know so far paint a dark picture. How dark? What should I tell May and Shiki? Okay, it's like doing stuff on its own. It's getting on my nerves. She meets my gaze. I believe she will try to kill them. Kimiko will try to kill May and Shiki. I know she was dangerous, but now it feels too real. Can we protect them? Does Tatsumi have a plan? That's the end of that part. Not that I'm not ending the clip, the video here, but yeah. My sweet stalker. Loading. Continue on. Itchy nose. Kind of nice. Nurse girlfriend. Anyway. Don't copyright me. I stare at Tatsumi in horror. She'll try to kill them. Don't act so shocked. We're dealing with a dangerous stalker. Are you serious? They're my friends. Are you really that heartless? That was a bit harsh, but I'm worried, and she's acting so calm. She looks shocked by my words, maybe even hurt. Finally, something I said clicked. Wait, is she holding back tears? Tatsumi acts so tough I didn't think words would bother her. Surprisingly, Tatsumi slowly reaches out and touches my arm. I'm sorry. Did she just apologize? I know this is scary, and you seem to care a lot about those girls. You're damn right. I want them to be safe. I'm worried too, especially for Shiki. Oh. But it's not hopeless. Determination suddenly fills her voice. Determination, this Undertale. Well, we will stop her, I promise. I already have an idea. Maybe I read her wrong. She was probably just trying to stay strong for me this whole time. I kind of feel like a jerk now. I take a breath and reach for her hand and squeeze it back, giving her an appreciative look. Thank you. What's the plan? She turns away, but not before I glimpse a tint of pink on her cheeks. She's blushing! We'll have one potential lead on Kimiko right now. We do? Jeez, did you forget already? She rolls her eyes. There goes that moment of kindness. Oh, wait. Tatsumi must be referring to the address sent. Do you mean the address she sent to me after the fire? I guess you aren't as dense as I thought. Hey! That's offensive! She manages a half smile. Ouch. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Exactly! Tablet, why you lag? Who that? Oh, someone texted me. No! I can't be having notifications appear. YouTube, leave me alone. Just going to YouTube after. Was that supposed to be? Yeah. At least she's trying, I guess. Do you think it's Kimiko's home address? No way. Ugh, I'll be right back, guys. I don't know if I can pause this. We are back from that short intermission. It wasn't really that short. It was like 5-10 minutes. Anyways, I accidentally hit the screen a few times putting it down, so I skipped some of the dialogue. My bad. Of course, I would have mentioned it. Maybe things aren't hopeless after all. It might be a trap, though. Of course, it's a trap. She's undoubtedly meant to find a way to prevent you from leaving if you went there. That means it's going to be dangerous. Yet that also makes it one guaranteed location she has access to. True, so she could even be there now. Tatsumi nods. I'm going out there. I'm going to. Tatsumi looks at me with a surprised expression. As scary as this is, I have to face it head on. This might be our chance to stop her now, before she goes any further. Alright, give me the address. Gives her the address. Telekinetic power. The building looks abandoned. Could she be here somewhere watching us? I glance around, but I don't see anyone nearby. Which apartment did she say? Number 4. I'll take a look. If it's a trap, we need to know. I'll check out the situation and tell you if it's safe to enter. There's a slight tremor in her voice, but she quickly masks it. Is she nervous? Wait. Whoever goes in first is in the most danger. I shouldn't let her go first. We're only in this predicament because of me. What should I do? I can't do nothing. By the way, for those of you wondering why I can't pick gem answers, or ruby answers as they were called in the past when I played, is because I'm not playing. Well, I don't want to call it pirated because if you pirate games, it's very illegal to do so. Um, I had a version downloaded of games that took away ruby answers, so you could pick any answer you want. Anyway, I have to let her enter first. Oh, why? She's the detective. I shouldn't interfere. I give her an understanding nod, ready to have her back. Tatsumi steps forward and twists the doorknob. It's unlocked. Wait here. Try not to do anything stupid while I'm gone. No promises. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. That's what I would say. Not what my character said. What I would say. No promises. I wink. She rolls her eyes and slips into the apartment. Waiting outside becomes more difficult with each moment. I fear the worst. I shouldn't have let her go in alone. All clear. There's an anxious note in her voice, however, I hurry inside. Kick open the door. FBI, open up! What in the... The room is empty. But wild, erratic writing in red letters covers the wall. No sign of Kimiko. Her sentences are short and clipped, her posture tense. If you can't handle this, go back outside. I don't have time to babysit you. She's projecting, I can tell. I'm not going to leave you alone, don't worry. I smile and nod at her, and she looks away with embarrassment and annoyance. I move closer, and surprisingly, she doesn't object. She's clearly uncomfortable, but she stepped up to face it anyway. She must truly care about her work. I admire her dedication. Look, this writing confirms my earlier predictions. Harsh crimson lines spell out unsettling phrases. I love, yeah, okay, I love Junior. Junior Kimiko forever. He belongs to me, destined to be together. It's a good thing I didn't come here that first day and walk into her trap. Although she won't admit it, I bet Tatsumi is glad I'm here with her. That's, not written in blood, is it? What kind of melodramatic nonsense have you been reading? Given her state of things, I think it's a normal question. She crosses her arms. I suppose the resemblance to blood might be intentional due to her emotional state. In other words, Kimiko is completely unhinged. I clench my hands into fists. I can't let her get away with this. Tatsumi looks around the room and draws a sharp hiss of breath. Look there on the wall. I follow her gaze and swallow hard. This one is the most unsettling message yet. It is a list labeled rivals, and both Mei and Shiki are listed underneath. After their names is simply a row of question marks. What's that for? In case there are other so-called rivals she doesn't know about? Beneath that, in smaller writing, is scribbled a list of possible solutions. Poison, stabbing, strangulation. How can anyone write stuff like this and not realize it's wrong? Tatsumi seems to notice my discomfort. Take a deep breath. She reluctantly places her hand on my arm. Thanks. She pulls away with a scowl. I just don't want you fainting on me, that's all. Despite her attitude, I can tell she's trying to help me. I compose myself. I can tell she's uneasy too. She's excuse me. She shouldn't have to bear the burden alone. That's okay. You don't need an excuse to touch me. Why'd you have to put it that way? Oh, I wish I had my oh my god guy. Justin! Oh my god, why do you have to put it that way? I grin, trying to lighten the mood as best as I can given the situation. At least I can try and help. Relieve some of the tension too. You wish. Anyway, this confirms everything we thought. Yes, Kimiko is obsessed with you. She's also picked out Mei and Shiki as rivals and may try to eliminate them. Hell no, I won't let Kimiko harm them, no matter what. Excuse me. Tatsumi's hands clench into fists as she studies the ominous writing. Excuse me, I had starbursts earlier, not sponsored. She looks worried. After all, this confirms her sister is a something. The police have to believe this, right? She snorts. Don't hold your breath. Let's see if there's anything else here we can learn first. What does she want to go to the police? What doesn't she want to go to the police? Why doesn't she want to go to the police? Junior, brain, work! They have to believe us when they see a room like this. She must have used this only as a temporary hideout. We continue searching, but find nothing else in the apartment that can help us. Come on, we have to report this. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. If you're here to complain about your apartment, that's not it. I briefly explained the situation. Uh-huh. Why does he look so skeptical? So, the fire was started by a stalker who followed your friend home and tried to lure you into a creepy apartment. That's right. I even felt like I might have been followed here. I glance at Tatsumi and she nods. So, she felt it too. I wasn't sure if it was my imagination or not. I don't get paid enough to deal with kids like you. What? How can he respond to something like that, or with something like that? What should I say? You can see the room for yourself. If this is a prank, you'll be wasting valuable police resources. It's not a prank. We have no evidence that the fire at the building was arson. She must have covered her tracks well. I swear I'm not making this up. Everything Junior has said is correct. The officer lets out a loud sigh. I should have known I'd be seeing you. Huh? Still playing detective, I see. I'm not playing. Do you think it's about time you left this to the professionals? I am a professional. Lips pressed into a tight line, she turns away. What just happened? Shiki did say Tatsumi handles cases the police don't take seriously, but I didn't realize that meant they don't take her seriously either. I see why she got frustrated by me questioning her so much before. I feel bad now. I can't let this go. She's been doing her best to help me all this time. How can you say things like that to her? Even though Tatsumi has been pretty rude to me, his treatment of her makes me furious. Kid, you have no idea what you're talking about. No wonder she wasn't confident about coming to the police for help. From what I've seen so far, she's a fine detective. I step closer to Tatsumi and quickly pull her to the side. Hey, I don't need your pity. Despite her angry tone, her gaze is downcast. Tatsumi. She sighs and looks back at me. I suppose I owe you an explanation. Although I've had success with my cases, the police don't take me seriously. In their eyes, I'm a child playing at being a detective, no matter what I do. She shakes her head. Short-sighted, arrogant fools. She's right about that. How can they say that even when you solve cases? They'll say it's luck or that I had help from someone else. Her tone is bitter, but not towards me. That's not fair at all. I just realized I could have been talking like this the whole time. My bad, guys and gals. They always tell me I should give up. Tatsumi. As a wise man once said, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Do you know how infuriating it is to put your heart into something to be constantly put down? After a while, you start to wonder if they're right. She lets out a short sigh and looks away. I've never seen her open up like this before because you met her literally like an hour ago. An hour or so, maybe two ago. Everything makes sense now. Her attitude, her frustration. No one believes in her. She's a good detective. I can't let her give up on her dreams. What should I do? No, game, don't do me like that. Oh. Screw you, game, with your gem options. If I show any sympathy, she'll probably snap at me again. I still wish I could console her, aggressive as Still, I wish I could console her. As aggressive as she seems, she's human too. I was gonna sing a song, but I'm gonna get copyrighted, and I bet you guys know which one, because it said she's human too. I'd like to get to know her better. With a sigh, I turn back to the police officer. So you refuse to take us seriously? You have to understand. We've come to you with proof of threats against me and my friends, and you won't listen. Tatsumi turns to face him again. As well, her gaze is even colder than usual. If this turns out to be a real crime, imagine what might happen. Fine, we'll send someone out to that apartment to investigate your story, not sorry. Finally! But I warn you, if this is a prank, don't worry, we wouldn't joke about something like this. I'll need to get back to campus soon, but this is more important. Follow us, we'll show you the room right now. This is the place. I don't feel like I'm being watched anymore. If Kimiko was following, she probably fled when she saw the police. Sorry, Kimiko, but your little game is about to be up. Once the police are seriously on the case, you won't be able to avoid them forever. No one has lived here for years. We haven't had any strange reports from the neighbors either. I assume she's subtle enough to avoid being noticed. Don't mind the yelling in the background. There's kids outside. Beside me, Tatsumi's eyes narrow. Tatsumi? She shakes her head. She must think something's going to go wrong. I hope she's just being paranoid. So where is the apartment with all the writing on the walls? It's number 4. The door is unlocked, so follow me. I take a deep breath and open the door. What in the world? I stop dead in my tracks. No, that can't be. Follows me inside. though she was one step ahead of us again. She grits her teeth. I don't believe this. Are you going to let us in or not? I reluctantly step out of the way. Okay, but there's a little point now. Walls have been scrubbed clean. No traces of ominous writing remain. All the evidence we found in this place is gone. Now I think we've made the whole thing up. What are we going to do now? How can we protect May and Shiki? My sweet stalker. That seems like a good point to end this episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I want more things like games, reaction videos, vlogs, challenges, and PlayStation 5 videos. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure it is gray, not red, because if it's red, you're missing out on my content. And how you know you're subscribed is to see a big old bell icon appear next to my channel name and logo. Hit that and you'll get notified of when I upload. And I will see you guys and girls in the next one. Au revoir and wapoosh.